I'm Rick Buchter, I'm the CEO of Wikkelhouse, and Wikkelhouse creates a prefabricated modular house, and we try to do that sustainable. So we do a lot because we do everything internal, from designing, producing, manufacturing, transporting to assembling on site, and even we nowadays do maintenance on houses. So we have a lot of disciplines inside the company, so a lot of information flows from A to Z, and that's hard to keep track of everything. So in the past we used a lot of spreadsheets, and then we always had the issue of that one spreadsheet had the information that the other spreadsheet also needed, so we kept updating spreadsheets, which worked and also helped us figuring out how it should work, but it never worked like how it should work. Yeah, so we were looking for existing products for a while and in different areas, for organizing the process in the workshop, but also planning and managing orders and buying materials. And we didn't like all the solutions out there, because then in a lot of cases we had to adjust the company to the tool instead of the tool helping the company. So it didn't feel correct to invest time in those tools. And then I felt okay, we should make something custom. But of course, custom software is not our main business, so you should not invest too much in custom software. And that's why when we found Triggre, I was like, hey, this could be a way to solve it. Yeah, so a lot of what we produce starts with the CNC machine. And the CNC machine is a computer-operated router, which basically you put a sheet of plywood on the machine, and then the machine routers out small parts, which we use to build parts of the house. So, and this machine operates 60 hours a week, so also in the weekend and in the evenings. And it was quite hard for us to operate it with all the operators. So we were called in the weekend, and so it was a lot of hassle. So we wanted to make it more clear what they had to do, and also keep better track of what they did. So we started to build a good solution with Triggre. I kind of thought, okay, Triggre could be a way to solve our pains. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. But I didn't have time myself to do it. And then I had Alejandro, and he studied electronics, but he worked as a CNC operator for Wikkelhouse. And then I asked him, would you be interested to become the internal Triggre person and build a better solution for the work you used to do? So he used to work with the spreadsheet with all the orders for the CNC machine, and together we built a tool to better manage the orders of this machine. What surprised me the most about Triggre was that we could start very small, so we could do one little issue in the company and incrementally build it up to covering more processes in the company. And that's basically also how we do it with the house. So we start very small. We started with a house without a bathroom. Then we thought, okay, now we have spent enough time on developing the bathroom. Now we add the bathroom, and that's the same with Triggre. We started with the CNC machine. That's working now. We're convinced about Triggre as a tool, and now we're slowly adding other processes. So we would like to use Triggre to make our lives, so both in the office and in the workshop, easier. So we really okay, we want to develop a tool which allows us all to do our job in the best way, but don't automate too much so it becomes boring. So we'd rather spend time together having a nice chat about the last weekend than that we are working over hours to keep all the spreadsheets up to date. So this is where we try to find the best solution. Yeah, so I think if a company grows, more and more administrative jobs become bigger, and they need more time, and they have more time consuming, and they become also more critical for the company. And in a way, you don't want to spend too much time on them, because it would be better to spend time together and to build the product you actually have to deliver to the client instead of keeping track of spreadsheets. So that's, I think, where Triggre can be helpful to kind of keep the culture of the company, but still get your shit sorted.